It's January the 19th, and what was supposed to be the end of week 4 worth of marathon training is actually the end of week 1. So let me fill you in. So I was supposed to start marathon training 1st of January. It's now the 19th, and well, I had a virus. Basically started just before Christmas and got progressively worse. And pretty much for the last 3 weeks I've had what I think was a chest infection, a really bad cough, and I just couldn't get out and run. And no matter how much I tried to psych myself up, I knew if I'd gone out and started running, it would have just made things 10 times worse. And you've just got to get on with it. I've really just got to switch off to the fact that I've missed several weeks worth of training and base building and just crack on with the 14 weeks that I've got left. But today's video is going to be a why video. And my whys are pretty simple. Why do I run? Why am I running a marathon? Why have I chosen London Marathon? And why am I working with the National Autistic Society? 4 really good questions that I'm going to answer in this video, and right at the end I'm going to introduce you to the answer to the why number 4, which is why the National Autistic Society, which is the charity I'm raising money for the London Marathon. But the first thing we need to do is rewind to 2018. So April 2018, the London Marathon. It's a race I'd dreamt about for years. I was excited, I was nervous and ready, or so I thought. My training had been decent up until shin splints came knocking. They hit me pretty hard and my preparation really did take a nosedive. But as a first time marathoner, I didn't really know what to expect. So I was thinking, well, how hard can this be? For the first 10 miles, it felt pretty good. The energy, the crowds, the sights, it was like floating on air. I'd seen this race so many times on the TV and I couldn't believe I was actually running it. But then as the miles ticked by, it started to get harder. I think I hit my wall. I had zero plan, a kind of pacing strategy and zero fueling strategy. And the marathon literally has no mercy. My legs felt like concrete, my energy completely tanked. Every step felt like a battle. By the time I crawled over the finish line in 5 hours and 59 minutes, I felt completely defeated, broken and completely demotivated. It wasn't the triumphant moment that I had imagined, it was a massive wake-up call. I may have crossed the line broken on that day, but believe me, there was more to come. Now, 2019 really opened my eyes to what running 26.2 miles is. And yeah, as you've heard, I struggled, but I wasn't done in 2019. I wanted to give it another shot. So we'll fast forward to December. December 2018, Valencia, Spain. This was to be my second marathon. After the brutal reality check of London earlier that year, I was determined to do things differently this time. My training had gone much better. I still had shin splints issues, but I managed them much better. I managed to put in the miles, I planned my fueling strategy, and most importantly, I knew what to expect. But running in a new country with a different climate added a whole new layer of challenge. The start line in Valencia was absolutely electric, just like London earlier on. This time I set out with a plan to stick to my pace, to fuel consistently, and definitely respect the distance. For the first 16 or 17 miles, things went surprisingly well. I felt much stronger than I did in London, I was a little bit more confident, and for the majority of that I felt like I was in control. But as the miles ticked on, the wall loomed, and once again it hit me square in the face, knocking me on my back. I ended up walk running a lot of the last quarter of the race and ended up crossing the line in 4 hours and 54 minutes, over an hour faster than London. In reality, it was a huge improvement, but even with that better result, I really wasn't satisfied. I knew I had to give more. Valencia had taught me that improvement is a journey, not a destination, and it made me hungry to keep pushing forward. But did I have it in me to try another marathon.
So before we get any further, I want to give you a shout out to this week's sponsor. So this week's sponsor is prelovetech.co.uk, and they are a specialist tech and gadget recycling company. So if you've just upgraded your smartwatch or running watch and you don't know what to do with your old one, then why not sell it to prelovetech.co.uk? They'll give you excellent cash values and you can even ship it to them for free. It's quick and easy to sell your gadgets at prelovetech.co.uk. There's a link in the description, and if you use code JIMORUNS, you'll get a 5% increase on the value of your device. Thanks, Prelovetech. Now, Valencia was a lot better. As you saw, I shaved off almost an hour and 15 of my PB, but sadly I wasn't able to try another marathon again for a good couple of years thanks to COVID, but we did get another shot. So let's fast forward to 2023. It's December the 28th. That means in 5 days time I'm going to be starting my 16-week marathon training block.
Yeah, mate, that ain't happening. You're going to get injured 12 weeks into training and you're going to have to defer your place. So let's move on to 2024.
The day has finally come. It's the London Marathon. It is 8:15 in the morning and I can enter my Blue Start Wave area at 9:15. So we've got an hour, giving ourselves an hour to get to the start line. And I have to say, I'm quite nervous. Let's go.
April 2024, back where it kind of all began, London Marathon weekend. The energy in the crowds, the city, I love this place and I love this event. And this year, I honestly came in with high hopes for a better result. Training again hadn't been perfect, shin issues kept popping up. It seems to be an ongoing problem that I just can't shake, but I was optimistic.
One down, 25 to go.
I had a solid plan, a fueling strategy, and a target finish time of around 4 hours 10. Everything felt great in the early miles, the crowds, the energy, my pacing, it was all on point. I was hitting my splits and fueling well. For 15 miles, it really felt like my day. But then, at 16 miles, a kind of disaster struck. My hamstring started to cramp, and just like that, my race plan was out the window. The pain was quite intense, and for a moment, I thought about dropping out. DNFing crossed my mind for the first time ever. But I'd never DNF'd a race before, and today was not going to be my first. I slowed, I stumbled, I chatted to the crowd, and I tried to enjoy myself, and in the end, I just pushed through those final brutal miles. Finally, I crossed the line in 4 hours and 50 minutes, and I didn't even realise at the time that I'd set a new PB. Once again, the marathon had completely humbled me. It's a beast of a race that just never gets easier, no matter how many times you run it. But London never disappoints. The support, the crowd, the city, it's just why I keep coming back. London Marathon 2024 reminded me that every race has its challenges and every finish line has its lessons. The marathon may have beaten me yet again, but believe me, the journey wasn't ending there.
So there we go, week one complete, 60-minute run done, 6.19 miles, average pace 9:41, and a nice ease into week one of marathon training. So that's my why, because I've never really been able to give a marathon a proper go, and I really want to. It's the most iconic distance as far as I'm concerned. I grew up watching marathons, and I just really want to do well at one. And ever since I set my mind to trying one, I've never ever lived up to the idea in my mind of how well I'm going to do. So why London? Well, again, I grew up watching London Marathon, and it's the best, one of the best marathons in the world. And obviously I'm from the UK, so if you're going to run a marathon, you've got to run London. And also London was the first marathon that I ever tried, so it's got to be the first marathon that I do well at. And lastly, because I'm raising money for a really great charity that's close to my heart, and it's my last why. And I'm going to show you the person of why that why is a why. So let's get home and meet Emily.
Yeah, can I have a high five? Yeah, maybe a hug. Okay, so when I mentioned earlier on about my why, this one is my why. You're my why, Em? Do you know what that means?
No.
What I did on the video, I said, why am I running a marathon? Why am I running London? And why am I raising money for the National Autistic Society? So you were diagnosed with autism when you were how old?
7.
7. And how old are you now?
20.
Which is 20 now. So, despite me doing 3 marathons in the past and like not doing very well, this year I've decided that I've got to give it another go, and to make it even more interesting, we're raising money. Now, I'm raising money for the National Autistic Society, which, as I said earlier on, is a fantastic charity that helps out young people and adults with autism, obviously, which Emily falls into. So we've done lots of things, haven't we, over the years, to kind of like raise money and raise awareness of autism. And for me, if I was ever going to do another charity run, I've done several charity runs in the past, it was always going to be for a charity that is very much linked to this little smiley little girl. I believe that actually when I told Em that we were going to do this video and I wanted to introduce Em to you all, she said that she's got a few questions. So I think what I'm going to do is let her read out some questions and I'm going to try and answer them the best I can. So what's your first question, Em?
What charity are you running for?
Okay, so yeah, what charity am I running for? So this year, I'm going to be running for the National Autistic Society. So that is an autism society that helps children, young adults and adults who suffer from autism. They do absolutely fantastic work, and as with every charity, they need to generate money to actually provide the support that they provide. So in 2024, the London Marathon raised over 70 million in funds for charities. Now, you can run for tons and tons of different charities, but for me, the National Autistic Society was definitely one that I wanted to run for. Yeah. Yeah, do you think it's a good charity to run for? Yeah. Yeah? So let's move on to Em's question 2. What's your next question?
What are we giving away?
What are we giving away?
Yeah.
Do you mean in the competitions that we're going to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we are going to run a number of competitions to help our fundraising. And the lovely people at Pre-Love Tech have donated a whole bunch of stuff to give away. And in the first one that we're going to do, we're going to give away some tech. So we're going to have 3 prizes, and they're going to be laptops, tablets, mobile phones. We're going to start that off in about 2 weeks' time. So make sure, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and tap that bell icon, because we'll be launching a video on YouTube, to kind of let you all know what the competition is. We're probably going to run 3 competitions on the run up to the marathon, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to give people the chance to win some cool prizes.
Yeah.
So yeah, the first prize competition will be at the end of January and will be for some tech. So yeah, make sure you keep your eyes open for that. So that would be quite good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
What would you like to win if you won some tech? What's your favourite piece of tech?
I don't know.
What's on your lap?
My iPad.
Why don't you pick it up and show everybody? So Em would not go anywhere without her iPad. And it's a really important piece of tech to you, isn't it, Em?
Yes.
She loves watching. What do you like doing on your iPad?
Listening to music.
So she listens to music. So when she's feeling stressed or when she wants to chill or just at any kind of time, you just pop your headphones on and you listen to some music, don't you?
Yeah.
So yeah, first competition, tech. What's your next question?
Who's doing it with you?
The race.
Yeah.
Who do you think I'm going to be running with?
Nikki.
So yeah, my partner Nikki is running it as well. She got a ballot place. So yeah, although we'll be starting off in different places because go on.
And someone from my options is doing it as well.
What?
Someone from my options is doing it.
Someone from my options is doing it.
Nicola Oliver.
Good luck, Nicola Oliver. I'm sure that we'll hear all about your race as well. So yeah, that's really cool, isn't it? But yeah, Nikki is running it with me as well. So have you got another one?
What surprises are we going to win?
What surprises are we going to win?
Yes.
From the race?
Yes.
Well, unfortunately, I'm not an elite athlete, so I won't win any prizes, but I will get a really cool medal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so if I finish, when I finish, I will get a pretty cool medal.
Yeah.
And maybe you could wear that after the race.
Yes.
And maybe you could take it into my options and show everybody.
Yeah.
and show all your friends at.
Yeah.
Do you think that'd be cool?
Yeah.
So there we go. M's questions, which were pretty good questions. So as I said earlier in the video, I've just finished week 1's training. It's gone okay. Focusing on getting the miles in the legs because I've only got 14 weeks to go until the marathon. So not doing as much training as I would have liked. But it's all positive, isn't it, Em?
Yes.
So what we're going to do in 2 weeks, we're going to make a video about the competition.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do when we do a video in two weeks' time, we're going to let you know how to enter the competition, and it will be basically buying a virtual ticket by donating to my National Autistic Society fundraising page, which I will put in the link below just so you've got it. And yeah, we'll run that for February. So everybody who donates in February will be automatically entered into the competition to win some cool tech. We may even do more prizes than 3. Do you think we should do more prizes than 3?
Yeah.
What else would people like to win, do you think?
Like toys or something.
But we do some cool stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah? So what should we say to everybody to say goodbye?
Give this video your big thumbs up.
Yeah, that's right. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please hit it now and tap that bell icon so you get notified of all of our latest videos. Em's still doing the thumbs up, which is awesome. Hang on, Em. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next video.
See you on the next one.
Yeah, well done. That was alright, wasn't it?